Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to go ahead and get into some general notary documents. One of the most requested ones, a power of attorney. Let's get into it. We're going to be discussing a durable power of attorney. Now, I'm going to give you a couple of definitions in the very beginning, just so you would know who is who on this document. Because ultimately, you need to know who the principal is. You need to know who the attorney in fact is. And you need to know about your witnessing, okay? So once you go ahead and go through that, we'll go ahead and get into it. Now, all the dates on this document need to be the same. So the day you complete this document is what should be on here. Okay? So you would write the actual number, so the date, and then you would write the month and the year here. Now, if you notice, instead of me handwriting this, it's typed. If you go to eforms.com, these documents are completely free and they're downloadable. If you click on PDF, it will allow you to type in this information and you don't have to worry about actually having to handwrite it. But if you use these documents as your copies, then they're going to have to be blank, okay? So once again, right here, this is going to be the principal's name. Now, this is the person that's giving their power to someone else. So they're giving the authority for someone else to speak on their behalf. And that's if they are able to speak or if they are not able to speak. Now, there's something called a non-durable power of attorney. And that gives a person power unless something happens and they can't speak for themselves. Now, that one is a little different. So if somebody has a accident and now they're in a coma, a non-durable power of attorney is no good then, because it's not good for that. This is good for that. Okay? So we'll go ahead. The power of attorney's name is going to go here, and that's the person that's going to speak for the principal. Okay? And right here, you're going to, where it says of, you're going to write the county that that person resides in, and then the state that that person resides in. So here it is, the power of attorney, the attorney in fact here. Their county is going to go here, and then the state is going to go here. And I want you to know that the attorney in fact sometimes can even be called an agent. So just to let you know, if you see that word agent, they're still talking about the attorney in fact, okay? So this would be into play, meaning this is good unless a person signs a document where they revoke this power of attorney. Now, if they sign that, then this is null and void. Okay, but that's a whole nother video. But here we go. So here, this is saying that that person, the principal, is granting the attorney in fact powers to go ahead and have the powers to do whatever they need to do right now. So they can speak for them right now today after this is signed, correct? This one is saying, if I am no longer able to speak for myself and the physician says I'm unable to, then that person can start speaking for me. So that person would need to choose. And how they choose is by initialing. So if this person is choosing to grant this authority, they are going to prove that by initialing, okay? So here it will be either or, one or the other. Now, when you come down here, this is basically listing all the different kinds of power that they're giving that person. So if they decide, no, I don't have, say if they say safety deposit, they say, no, I don't have a safety deposit box. Okay, and they don't want to give that power, then guess what? You can tell them to write NA. They don't have to write that there. But what you're not going to do is leave it blank, because you don't want anybody to have an opportunity after this document is complete to go back and write in there. Okay. So if that person is going to give their attorney in fact or agent permission to sign for their banking needs, and that's any kind of deposit in the banks or cashing checks or anything like that, they're going to go ahead and initial here. If they want, so you will basically just kind of go down the line, and if they have a hard time seeing, you can just name them off. Or other than that, they can read it and state whether, yes, in fact, they are going to give that person power. So this is lending and borrowing, any kind of loans in that person's name. So whether it's whatever kind of loans it is, whether it's payday loans or mortgages or anything like that, that's giving them permission or to borrow money. Okay. Here, this is government benefits. So if that person gets any kind of Social Security benefits, survivors benefits, Medicaid, Medicare, whatever it is, this is giving that person authority to sign and speak for them on their behalf. This is for any kind of retirement situations, whether they have like IRAs or any kind of retirement plans. This is for taxes. If a person needs to sign for their taxes or cash any kind of payments or make any payments via taxes. This is insurance, real estate, whether it's purchasing property, leasing, any kind of selling, everything that they can think of. You need to let them go ahead and read through this and make sure they completely understand it. And they can initial if they agree. If they don't agree, you see here, I just put NA. I did that to show you that that person can put NA. So they don't have to agree to everything on here. You need to make sure you ask them if they agree. And if they do, they initial. If they don't, they can put NA. Alrighty. Here, this is any kind of gifts. So any kind of transferring of gifts or cash gifts or anything you can think of is right here. Any kind of making any charitability or whatever kind of organizations they might donate to. All of that is included in here. So if they're going to give that power, they need to initial there. This is legal advice. So if they want them to speak on their behalf as far as any kind of legal issues, or if they want them to be able to have authority to speak to their attorneys about any legal or refusing anything, all of that is going to be included. Now here, this is special instructions. So anything that's not included in here that a person wants to pencil in, to add or take away from this, this is the place right here. They can go ahead and write that information here. Now, if they don't want to add or take away anything from this document, you need to instruct them to write none or NA so that no one can go back and put what they want to put here. Okay. And you want to make sure you make them do it nice and big. If you don't type none, make it nice and big so nobody can try to write anything later. And this is just different rules and regulations. Every state has different rules and regulations with their power of attorneys, okay? And so here, you will put the state itself where this is being drafted. So if this is in Florida, you would put Florida. If it's in Georgia or wherever it's at, you're going to put that state here. Now, this is the date. All of the dates on this document need to be the same. The same date that everybody is signing is going to be on here, okay? Here, this is the principal signature. So the person who's done all of this initially, they're going to go ahead and sign their name there. Now here, this is going to be for your two witnesses. In the state of Florida, you have to have two witnesses for wills and power of attorneys, okay? So here, they would sign, and then they would put their address, each witness. Under here, you're going to go ahead and instruct them to write their name printed legibly, very small. And why is that? Because if this document ever goes to court, you need to be able to say who actually was witnessing this. Now, normally you cannot read a person's signature. And so that's why this is so very important. Okay. Now, once they sign, print their name, this part is where you, as the notary, you're going to fill this out. So you're going to put your state and your county where you are presently at that moment. Okay. You're going to put the date, which is going to be the same as everyone else. And that principal name is going to go there. If you forget, you can see it says as principal. So remember, the principal is the person that's doing all the initialing. You're going to sign your name here. You're going to write your commission expiration date, and you're going to stamp. And how you can always remember to stamp is wherever you sign, you need to stamp. Wherever you stamp, you need to sign. Remember that, okay? You'll come down here, and the person that you've granted, they have granted the authority to. That is the attorney in fact, the agent. Their name is going to be printed here. They are going to sign here. They are accepting authority from that person, okay? And you're going to notarize that that person is that person and that they're accepting this, okay? So here, the state is going to go there. The county is going to go there. The date and that person who is the attorney in fact, name is going to be printed there. You as the notary, you would sign. You would put your commission expiration date, and then you would stamp. So once again, remember, wherever you sign, you need to have a stamp. And that would pretty much be the end of this document. Now, this is a financial power of attorney, but there are several kinds. There are power of attorney for children. There's power of attorney for vehicles, power of attorney for medical needs, power of attorney for real estate needs. Like there's several different kinds. This is basically just for financial. So once again, if this person does not have access to one, you can tell them to go on eforms.com, download it, print it out, or you can offer to print it out for them and charge an extra fee. At the end of this, I'm going to go ahead and let you know how much I normally charge for this document. Now, just because I charge it, it doesn't mean you need to charge it. You charge what is according to your state, what's according to your area, okay? I want to thank you for coming by my channel and look out for more documents, okay? Take care.